I'm Ensler, and I'm very happy today to be talking about Project Unspeakable. One of the reasons I'm supporting Project Unspeakable is that I've learned the value of theater and community in telling stories and how it really does change our lives, our souls, our beings, and it provokes us to action. And I think the community of Project Unspeakable is us. We are that community. And each one of us needs to be engaged not only in seeing the play, but becoming a member of producing that play in whatever ways we can. We don't know what happened to them. We don't know the story. And anytime we don't know the story, it means something is being buried, something is being denied, something is being erased, something is not being told, which is connected to the future. That history is connected to this future. And I think when we don't know what's happened to our leaders, then we don't really understand what path to take in terms of developing movements. Because I think one of the things I want to say is that I think we learned a lot from the 60s. We learned that our movements can't be hinged on leaders, that leadership has to be a different kind of leadership in that it has to be much more expansive, much more multitudes than messiahs, and we know that. But I think for the 60s, those four people represented huge dreams, huge visions, huge aspirations, and huge politics. And the disappearance of each of them has never, and the reasons for that disappearance and the who and how and what of those have never been made clear. So there's been no transparency, which leads us to today when we're looking at Edward Snowden revealing the kind of totalitarian surveillance we're living under. And that is connected to that story where people disappear without corporate openness, without government openness, without any transparency. And so it's important we dig that up and unearth that so we can dig and unearth it today. If I think of Dr. King, so much of my thinking, and Malcolm X, so much of my thinking is hinged on their thinking. So much of my vision is hinged on their carving a path for a radical view of the world and a view that has to do with cooperation as opposed to domination, that has to do with ending racism and understanding that racial justice is central to all justice. Also to unearth the reasons and whys of their disappearance and to look at who did disappear them, who did erase them, and for what reasons. Why were we so challenged by the civil rights movement and the uprising of the civil rights movement? What would have that done in terms of the history of the United States had Malcolm X and had Dr. King fulfilled their visions? We would have been living in a completely different country today.